Hello, retail traders. Today I want to talk about two tickers that are really running right now that with the AI, and they're my two favorite tickers in that sector. One being AMD and the other one being Nvidia. Which one is a better choice? If you have not asked yourself, I will give you the answer, or at least I'll give you my opinion of the answer. Nvidia and AMD. Well, we got Nvidia. Nvidia has really been the Wall Street baby for many years. One guy has a price target all the way to $600 on it, and I thought that was a little bit too much, doubling what it is right now at 300 or when it was at 300. And then we got AMD, and that's also one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite best calls that I ever made. Bouncing it off $10 and running it up to 100. I really like this company. I like the free cash flow. I like the diversity that they have compared to what Nvidia has. Nvidia is linked to Nintendo, and then AMD is linked to all kinds of different devices. My trading computer has AMD in it, Ryzen. I mean, it was an expensive computer, but it's top of the line trading, but it does have that AMD in it with an upgrade. And I got 4 monitors hooked up to it, and I really like it. Nvidia it's got definitely Wall Street backing, and we're going to go over both of the charts. But there's a little article in here I was reading about Nvidia, and it kind of, is AMD or Nvidia a better buy? And I think AMD is, and this guy does too. And I'll read a little bit of what he's got to say. He says, a lot's still up in the air about the future of AI. It is impossible to know whether AMD or Nvidia is likely to benefit more in the market. Both companies are likely to snap up the market share and the industry expands, making it an investment in either company and a very attractive move. So yeah, I mean, I can't kick either one of them out of the bed. I like AMD, and I traded Nvidia yesterday. So however looking, I traded AMD down at under 100 and run it all the way to 130, or alerted it to 130. However, looking at these companies business-wise entirely, AMD is a better buy. Different areas of its business is more diverse than Nvidia, and that's what you need is diversity. Making them more reliable investment. For instance, when it comes to consumer chip offering, AMD is excelling in the GPUs and the central processing unit, while Nvidia is almost all in one GPU and even the AMD game console business is more varied, partnering with Sony, Microsoft, and Valve. Meanwhile, Nvidia's main source of console gaming revenue comes from Nintendo's Switch console. So there's a big difference in there. The bigger the diversity, I think the better they are off. So definitely watching AMD. Now I'm going to pull up the AMD chart, and I noticed something today that we have a double top, and we just broke resistance out of that double top. So I'm going to draw a trend line across this double top. And that's going to be our pullback first support. And it'll probably pull back to right here. So I'm going to put another trend line on this W. Put an alert right there. And trade this. I'm going to trade this stock on a pullback. So this is when I called it out. I called it out on May 12th. Off this here 200 SMA, said it would pull back to that lower support level, and then she's bounced on up here in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and we created a bull flag, and then we broke out of it Friday, and today now we're at a double top. So we're going to see how far we can take this. By doing that, I want to look at the yearly chart. We're definitely at a yearly all-time high. I want to look at the 3-year chart. So we still have more room to run. The first thing I spotted on this chart was resistance, and that's going to be right here to break at 136.16. That's our next target for AMD with the support level Let me look at the 20-day here again. Yeah, support level off this here double top breakout, triple top breakout, 1, 2, and 3, and she went ahead and broke out. So that thing should fall back down here. I'm going to set that alert right above this here moving average on the 1 hour time frame, and that pink line is a 51 EMA. So it's a 51 EMA on the hour time frame, and if not, it'll be a very strong buy down here on this triple top breakout that we had out of the flag, which runs right into the 200 SMA at 121.67 for the lowest possible support, and it is backed up with a pennant flag. We'll extend that to the right. So no lower than 120 for this trade to get into this stock. And that'll be back in the bottom part of that support level off this here triple bottom as if it comes up and hits right there. But for right now, we're very bullish in this trade. Our target is 136. 136, right around 136. Now Nvidia, this was a great call yesterday. We're definitely hovering up here. Now I'm not going to support this $300 price target, but we are up almost $100 since he's mentioned it. I don't know if it was that, let me see. Yeah, he mentioned it here. So it ain't been that long ago, and we ain't really broke out of resistance. So this thing to become bullish, it'll have to break resistance of this here at 411.98. Make it 412.23, and the lowest part of that support level to buy it will be right here at 178.28. So I'm going to set an alert for that down there to hold. Let's turn that to below. And there's my alert at 379.81. And actually, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. I noticed a little head and shoulders right here, and it touched down right there. So I'm going to bring that support up just a little bit. Now, if anybody's familiar with TrendSpider, Jake and I had an interview with me one time, and he was talking about they have a little force field on their platform, and many times you'll set an alert and it just doesn't touch that support level. So I always try to bring my alert above to where my initial idea is at 378.28, and I want to bring it up to like the next pattern I see, and that's right here off this little inverted head and shoulders, little bitty one right there, and it creates a little support. See how it pulled back off that neckline, right, that shoulder line? You got your little head, you got your shoulder, and then you got your neck. Your neck's right up here. So that would be the hard resistance to take it to Nvidia off that neck. So if this thing pulls back and hits 382.37, I would almost take this stock and run it up to the 404.30, or we break the 404.30 and we run it up to 412 on a 10-day double top. Excuse me. So that, excuse me. So that's it. I think AMD is a better buy, and Nvidia is just up there with them. We just got to kind of scalp it, take it off the 200 maybe on the 1 hour time frame, and bounce it off that, or try to wait for that lower support off this here head, and that'll be the shoulder line on Nvidia. So that's it. I got a frog in my throat. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and water it down. AMD over Nvidia long, and buy the dips if they pull back. Have a great day, retail traders.